The venerable CBS News studio in Midtown Manhattan crackles with the weighty aura of primetime prestige on a fog-shrouded October Thursday in 2025. The iconic 60 Minutes anchor desk, a monolithic slab of walnut and resolve, illuminated by stark spotlights that cast long shadows across the sparse set. The audience, a curated cadre of media mavens and VIP viewers in the green room, their murmurs muted as Anderson Cooper, the 58-year-old silver fox of journalism in a tailored midnight blue suit that hugs his lithe frame, his piercing blue eyes honed from Hurricane Katrina embeds to Vanderbilt vignettes, commands the chair with that signature blend of empathy and edge, correspondent Leslie Stahl nodding from the wings like a watchful oracle. The broadcast banner bursts as Prince Harry, the 41-year-old Duke of Sussex, strides in with unyielding urbanity, his ginger locks groomed to perfection under a fitted charcoal blazer that bespeaks boardroom battles over battlefield blues, exuding the quiet ferocity of a man who's bartered birthrights for beacons. He's here to broadcast his bold Archwell beacon, Beacon Bonds, a blockchain-secured network linking global philanthropists for crisis response, forged with Ripple for revolutionary reach. Anderson extends a measured clasp, his voice a velvet scalpel. Harry, from Helmand Helos to humanitarian hubs, you're bridging worlds. How's the Sussex sanctuary sustaining this seismic shift? Nods of approbation as Harry harmonizes into hearth tales, sketching snapshots of family fortitude. Archie, 6, his bond builder, bridging Lego leagues with Dad's diplomatic dexterity. Lilibet, 4, her tiny tycoon, trades in Teddy treaties. The discourse deepens deftly for 25 minutes. Demo dispatches dazzle, Harry in holographic handshakes with Haitian healers, his timbre thundering, bonds aren't built, they're blockchain together. Stahl salutes his strategic surge, Anderson admiring his advocacy arc, Harry hashing his healing horizons post-spare schisms, the ether electrified in empathetic embrace. But as the interview inches toward its inflection, Anderson, the anchor of anchors with his Anderson Cooper 360 acuity and a personal pedigree of privilege's pitfalls, pivots with prosecutorial poise, his gaze galvanizing to guillotine gleam. Your Highness, beacons brilliant, beaconing bonds beyond borders. But candidly, you've vaulted from vice-regal to venture visionary, spares shrapnel shredding sibling sacraments while Charles confronts chemotherapies chill and William warps under the Windsor weight in woeful isolation. Is this blockchain bond just a bold broadside at the bloodline, or have you banked the bitterness for benevolent bridges? The sanctum seizes like a stalled storm, an Arctic aspirate asphyxiates, viewer vitals vaulting as Harry's hail humor hardens, his knuckles blanching on the banister in a betraying blanch. He halts, his harrow-honed harmony honing to honed harpoon. Anderson, bonds bridge breaches, I've bankrolled beacons from the breaches that broke my brother, breaches brewed by briefings that buried my bride. Spare wasn't broadside, it was bulwark, buttressing my brood against the baying brigade. Interrogate from your ivory isle is inviting, I've inched through the inferno. Anderson, inexorable as an exposé, incises with incisive ire, bulwark. Or battering ram, your blockchaining blood feuds into bond bounties, Diana's diplomacy diffused dynamite, yours detonates dynasties for donor dollars. Benevolent, backroom deals with blockchain while kin kindle in the kernel. Beacon the brotherhood, Harry, but bolt the bloodletting, or is the brotherly brawl your broadcast brand? Inhales ignite inferno, Stahl's stare slackens, the multitude morphing into murmurous mobs. Harry's hue heightens too, Highland Heather, voice vaulting to velvet vanguard, brawl. Brew bunk, Anderson, you've braved Beirut and Benghazi, but this reeks of royal reruns. My brand, brotherhood, for the beleaguered brothers the bloodline banished. This isn't broadcast, it's broadcasting the buried, bask in the bench, but not the benchman's bait. The barrage builds, Anderson airing, archival advisories, on his, disruptive declarations, Harry hurling hallowed horrors and hereditary hypocrisies that hatched his hegira. The ensemble endeavors, Stahl stitching, stories sustain, Anderson gauging, grace under glare, but the genies decanted, the gallery geysering into bifurcated barrages. Abruptly, Harry heaves to his hexameter height. Anderson, your 60s spotlighted the schism, I've bonded enough beacons for one broadcast. Crew, colossal kudos for the conduit, crowd, code beacon bonds for the bridge. He detaches the device with ducal dexterity, decamps with deliberate dynamism, his departure dissecting the detail like a diagrammed duel, escorts escorting his egress as Anderson, demeanor dented yet defiant, declaims to the dial. That's the thrust of transparency, thorny, but thorough. We'll unpack post-pause. Transmission transmutes to teasers, turmoil tumbling backstage and tidal tumult, calms crackling cataclysm, while Harry's hasty hackney hastens him to heliport heights, Meghan's missive materializing, my beacon, my bastion, bonds unbreakable. X erupts in existential eruption, Harry kicked off 60 minutes trends transatlantic in terra seconds, Thief Theater takes tallying 60 million metrics, memes merging his march to, bridge over troubled water, harmonies. Diarist detractors delight, Piers preens, Cooper's cleaver on the crown. Via viral vlog, Omid orates, evening's egregious error, Duke defiant. Stahl shares solidarity, passion paves progress, peace to the pioneer. This contretemps? No, namby-pamby, it's a newsroom neutron bomb, where a news icon's incision incises an iconoclast's integument, inscribing primetime's pinnacle pyre. As Gotham's girders gleam golden, one axiom asserts, when Harry hazes Anderson, kicks aren't casual, they're cataclysmic, catalyzing Chronicle's cauldron. As aureate autumnal auras anoint the archipelago of asphalt, the Cooper-Harry skirmish on 60 Minutes germinates into a gaseous galaxy, galvanizing globes from Gotham's gables to Gloucestershire's glens, where viral vignettes vivify the verbal vivacity, spawning schisms that splinter synapses and socials in a spectacle spanning sunset to supper. CBS's cloister crackles with analytical anarchy, dailies divvied for diagnostic delving, Anderson decanting decaf in his damask, replaying the riposte with a reflective rasp, the lad's labyrinthine, but legacies lacerate, landed the lore, say TAE speak. The successor segment surges with sagacious savvy, Stahl wielding wisdom like a wand, folks, Harry's beacons bridge breaches, Anderson's dart was discerning, but discernment demands delicacy. Correspondents chime in, but Anderson docks the discourse, beacon. Brilliant, but baggage burdens the bond, nay naivety, all acclaim TAE the architect. The unvarnished uproar unleashes online via voyeur videos, 160 million metrics by Moontide, TikTok teasing Harry's huff at 2136 sync 2. Bridge of size, strums, X's #Anderson annihilates Harry netting 10.9 million missives morphing his mean to Medea mid-monologue. Harry's high altitude on a horizon hush, haloed in heavenward hush, heralds a headwell herald that's halcyon harangue, hail TAE 60's galvanic gaze, Anderson's acuity dinted the diagram but Bond's beacon boundless. Airs, horizons hunger harmony, no, hurdles. Initiative inscriptions inflate 1,250%, initiates inaugurating immersives in Indomitable Idol, Meghan materializing mid-mesa with a murmured, my bond, my bulwark, legacy's luminous. Palace percolations prickle, the spectator splurges, Duke derailed Dununder. Up over Charlie's Chamberlain's chortling, chuffed chagrin, or, endless encore, Will's whisperers weaving, wearied o' the waltz, but wickedly warranted. Late night Leviathan's lunge, Jimmy Fallon fakes a royal roast reset, with Anderson as anchor assassin, quipping, Harry fled faster than from Frogmore, Cooper's the real Vanderbilt vendetta, as Colbert counters with crown-cracking confetti cannons. 60 Minutes metrics mount 88%, overlords orbiting, primetime probes, spin-offs, while Archwell activates, bonds against bloodletting, a gratis guide to gaslighting guardians, alchemizing affront to Arsenal. Cooper's cadre counters with class, post-tape pings, his, slice the saga, Highness, sorry for the sting, sequel spar. His, appreciated the acuity, Anderson, let's bond benevolently. Ripples ravage realms. Vet orgs ovate the optics boost for blockchain bridges, feminist feeds frame it as, matron versus monarch, misogyny unmasked, conservative conclaves crow, carping Californian curbed, bravo, blue blood buster. Paparazzi pummel Penn Station for his post-show strut, but decoys deflect the dazzle, Harry dodging to a Dakota dinner with detail darting, babe, I body slammed a blue blood, Vanderbilt's got nothing on this. By Vespers, the Sussex strategy synthesizes a swift Spotify surge, teaser track, beacon of betrayal, echoing the exchange, from 60 mic to midnight might, unbowed. Anderson, unwinding at an Upper East enclave, heirs to AIDS, he's heir with a hair trigger, humbled him, humanized me. The cacophony coalesces. Reddit rants rehash, Cooper's cleaver or crass, viral vines vine the volley to villainous Verdi swells. Beneath the brouhaha, a bedrock bursts, this wasn't wanton whack but a window to wounded worlds, where a broad's broadside bolsters a broadcaster's bite. No necks nicked, but narratives neck and neck, Anderson's acumen amplified as anchor, Harry's heroism hewn in the heat. As Equinox embers the East River, the aftershock affirms, when divas duel dukes, discourse detonates deeper, and the demos. Devotees of the dust-up distilled into dynamite digest. This tempest, not teacup, tidal torrent, transfiguring taunt into testament. Tune the telly, the telegraphs teeming with tempests untold. Equinox eclipses to All Hallows hush, and the Cooper-Harry Odyssey ossifies into an opus of outreach and onward orbits, ossifying outrage into opulent opportunity that orients op-eds from Oprah's oracle to Osborne's outhouse across the Anglophone axis. Harry, haloed in Montecito's mist, marshals the beacon bonds, blockchain bash, luminaries like Bono toasting his tenacity, from 60 Viper to visionary vanguard, U-turn talks into torque. Downloads dwarf dreams, Ripple anointing it, Ripple of the realm, with a sequel solicited stitching Anderson's shade into resilience reels. Anderson, sovereign of his salon, spotlights a spare the rod segment on his 360 spotlight, revisiting the ruckus with roundtable revelry. His opener orating humbled the air. Hell yes, but hats off to Harry's heart, the lad's got Vanderbilt valor. Viewership vaults to lunar levels, Emmy gossips gushing at the raw realness as he hatches a humanitarian helix, co-chairing an Archwell investor soiree, his piercing poise powering the proceeds. Palace petals unfurl fractionally, Camilla's column in The Spectator coos, clashes catalyze crowns, couriering cryptic Yule yarns, Williams Windsor webinar winks at fraternal friction fuels fortitude. X's xylem exudes #Harry Anderson harmony, 13.2 million missives melding montages of mock mergers, fan fictions fusing their feud into feel-good fables. Primetime peers partake, Graham Norton nods a nuanced nightcap skit, eliciting Emmy echoes. Wider winds wax, Westminster workshops weave dialogue doctrines from the dust up, drawing on Harry's bonds for moderation mandates, U.S. unions usher empathy embeds in entertainment ethics. Archwell's guide tallies terabytes in takedown tutorials, downloads doubling as demagogues dwindle. Harry Hayes's hillsides, Anderson's salvo. Spur to the spirit, sharpened the sword. Anderson, sauntering Sunset Strip, soliloquizes to stylists, batted the blue blood, brought back the bite of broadcasting's brass. Juridical jetsam jettisoned, no litanies, just LinkedIn laudations. As Samhain's shadows stretch, the Sussexes summon a solstice symposium, Anderson spanning the 7 seas for sips and sparring, crooning mid-cocktail, Prince, next tussles over tour tales, not tiara trauma. Guffaws gild the gloaming golden. The altercation, alchemized to artifact, abstracting animosity into actionable ether. Harry's horizon, heroic, hustler honed, humanity heightened. Anderson's, audacious, anchor armored in authenticity. In this incantation of infighting to infusion, the quintessence quickens, primetime TV's lightning rod, where wrangles waltz into wisdom's waltz, and, kicked off, kindles, kicked up. No scepters splintered, but spheres spun toward synergy. So salute the salvos that symphony into sagas, to spotlights that summon shared sagacity. Prince Harry's Cooper clash, not a cleave, but a cleaving, courageous, catalytic, and cresting the cosmos. And if evening escapism's your elixir, embrace this, the arcs arched, the aftermath aglow.